Look at me. Gather around, because we need to have a very serious, very honest conversation about your money. You are either at the finish line of your working years, or you have already crossed it, and let me tell you, this is the most critical financial phase of your entire life. You do not have the time to make mistakes with your cash flow, and you certainly do not have the room in your budget to fall into traps designed to strip away your hard-earned financial freedom. Lately, I have been getting so many questions from people just like you, asking about these new financial apps popping up all over the internet. Specifically, you want to know about an app called Klover. You see the advertisements promising cash from the future, promising instant cash advances up to $750 with no interest, no credit check, and no late fees. And I know what happens inside your heart when you see that. If you are living on a fixed income, if your Social Security check doesn't drop for another 2 weeks, or if your pension is stretched to the absolute limit by inflation, a little extra cash sounds like a lifeline. You get scared. You think, what if the air conditioner breaks this week? What if my prescription copay is higher than I thought? The fear of running out of money before the month runs out of days is real, it is heavy, and it keeps you up at night. So you ask the question, is Klover the solution to my cash flow problems? Is this a safe, smart way to bridge the gap? I am here to give you the cold, hard truth, because nobody else will tell it to you straight. Klover is a cash advance app. The way it is supposed to work is simple. You link your checking account, they look at your income history, and they advance you a small amount of money, usually starting very small, like $25 or $50, though they claim it can go up over time. Then, the very minute your next direct deposit hits your account, Klover automatically reaches in and takes that money right back. They tell you it's free. They tell you there is no interest, unlike those horrible, predatory payday loan shops on the corner. And technically, that part is true. There is no traditional interest rate. But let me tell you something I have said for decades. If something sounds too good to be true, it is always too good to be true. Money does not grow on trees, and these app developers are not running a charity. They are making a fortune, and they are doing it in 2 ways that should make you stand up and say, no way, not with my money. First, let's talk about the hidden costs. If you need that cash advance immediately because you are standing at the grocery checkout or the mechanic shop, Klover will charge you what they call an express fee or an instant transfer fee. This fee can range anywhere from $2 to nearly $20, depending on how much money you are advancing. Now, you might think, Susie, it's just $15. What's the big deal? Let me do the math for you. If you borrow $50 and you pay a $15 fee to get it instantly, and they take that $50 back out of your account 2 weeks later on payday, do you know what that equates to as an annualized percentage rate? It is hundreds of percent. It is an astronomical cost for borrowing a tiny bit of money for just a few days. On top of that, they try to nudge you into a monthly subscription called Klover for up to $10 a month just to get basic budgeting tools and credit monitoring. Absolutely not. You do not pay money to track your money when you are trying to save money. But the second way Klover makes money is what truly terrifies me for you, especially in your retirement years. Klover explicitly states in their business model that they leverage your most valuable asset, your data. They call it a truth in data agreement. When you sign up, you are giving them permission to track your precise location, your purchase history, your transaction habits, and your account identifiers, and they package that up to share with advertisers and partners. They claim it is anonymized. It creates a vicious, addictive cycle of robbing Peter to pay Paul. It keeps you trapped in a state of financial scarcity, always living in the future because you've already spent today's money. In retirement, you cannot afford to live like that. You need stability. You need certainty. You do not need an app playing games with your cash flow, forcing you to watch ads or take surveys just to earn points to unlock a higher borrowing limit. Your time is worth more than that. Your dignity is worth more than that. So, what is your actionable takeaway? If you are facing a cash flow crunch, you delete the idea of cash advance apps from your mind entirely. Your action plan starts right now by building a true, unshakable financial foundation. If you find yourself short at the end of the month, you do not look for ways to borrow easier, you look for ways to adjust your lifestyle immediately. Look at your fixed expenses. Can you downsize your living situation? Can you call your insurance companies and negotiate lower rates? Can you cut out the subscriptions you aren't using? Next, you must create a dedicated cash cushion. I have said it for years, and I will say it until the day I die. You need an emergency fund. In retirement, you should ideally have 1 to 2 years of living expenses sitting in a safe, high-yield savings account or short-term certificates of deposit where it is earning solid interest for you, not costing you fees. If you don't have that yet, you start small. Every single dollar you can scrape together goes into that fund until you have a buffer that prevents you from ever needing an app like Klover. If an emergency hits tomorrow and you absolutely must have cash, look at safer alternatives. Speak to your local credit union. Many offer low-interest, small-dollar loans specifically designed to help seniors and community members without the data mining and high express fees. Look into local senior assistance programs or utility assistance funds that help cover bills during tight months. Your financial freedom in retirement is entirely dependent on your ability to control your money, protect your privacy, and stay out of debt cycles. Do not let a flashy smartphone app convince you that spending tomorrow's money is the way to financial peace. Stand in your truth, guard your data, cut the out-of-pocket expenses, and build your own security. You can do this. You deserve this peace of mind, and you are worth it.